This is a new range of pipes coming from a German firm. They're handmade by Manfred in Germany, and you can see the name of the company there is the GP exhaust, and the GP stands for German Performance, not Grand Prix. It's a little bit unfortunate term because if you do a search on GP exhaust, you'll get lots of high performance motorcycle exhausts coming up on your search. Anyway, it comes in a pretty plain, ecologically, environmentally friendly box at the moment. We'll have a look in the best what's in the box tradition. Nicely wrapped in some bubble wrap and a plastic folder. We've got our accessories we'll have a look at first of all. There's a 45-degree exhaust diverter. The manufacturer recommends you don't trim this down. He says the length of this diverter is not important, it's the angle that's critical for some reason. There's some very high quality M4 bolts in there, which are high tensile steel, and they look around about 70cm ones, I'd say, so they're a good length. And of course there's a couple of grip ties there to hold the diverter on. Now if we get onto the pipe itself, it's a pretty looking pipe. To my eyes it looks very similar to the Hattori pipe. Got a nice laser etched GP exhaust logo on there. And what can you say about a pipe basically? It looks like a pipe. The chroming looks very good quality on there. Somewhat unusually, there's no separate header here like there is on the Curtis products and on the Hattori product. There's just a one-piece moulding. And this is the T-Rex version of the Nitro 91 pipe, and that the length of the header here is raised up so it can clear the frame basically and the canopy on the T-Rex 700. There is a Hattori pipe also available for the 91, which I have here, and you can see that the header on this is a much lower profile basically. The problem, I'm told by the manufacturer, is that if you compare the actual sort of the inlet sizes to the pipe, they're a lot smaller on the YS pipe, and apparently to keep the thickness of the header acceptable, he's had to actually reduce the actual length of it down there. Now he's going to make an adapter ring on here, a 4mm adapter ring, to pad it out if you're having problems fouling your frame with the Hattori. But on the T-Rex one version anyway, fits fine on my T-Rex, and I've also put one on the Odin, and a friend's put one on his MA Stratus, and no problems with fouling there. It's not lapped terribly smooth. You could perhaps do a bit of lapping there yourself if you've got a mind to. The manufacturer recommends just a thinnest of films of RTV or silicon adhesive there to actually mount it to the manifold. I actually used a Quick UK aluminium sealer gasket, which you can get in packs of 3 from Quick UK dealers, and you don't need to use any silicon at all with that. There's one takeoff for the pressure nipple. There isn't one on the bottom side as there is on the Hattori, and the reason is the manufacturer again doesn't like the pressure nipple on the bottom side where it can get filled up with gunk and oil coming out. Now if we do a little bit of comparison here, I've got, as luck will have it, so I've got a Hattori handy. Now I've used the Hattori pipes a lot, and I've always been very happy with the performance of them. Very nice too. The only problem I've found with the Hattoris is that the O-rings that you use on the header and the silicone gaskets for the ferrules there do tend to wear out, and I've had to change these myself every once or twice a month basically. But otherwise, as you can see, very similar. Line them up a little bit there. Very similar in size. Hattori on there, 240, no, this is the GP exhaust on there, 242 grams. This is our Hattori, which when you put the header on there as well, 224, 242, 20 grams in it basically for the GP exhaust. If we have a look at the Align 90 pipe, that's a little bit heavier again, just under 260. Size wise, Align pipe and GP exhaust pipe, again very similar basically. High standoff also with the T-Rex, with the Align pipe for the T-Rex. The Align pipe's just a tad shorter, and it's just a tad greater in diameter. Here's our pipe actually in situ on the Odin. You can see there's no fouling of the canopy or the frame down there at all. And those super long M3 bolts basically just thread into the header down there. You could easily put an M4 lock nut on there as well if you had a hankering to do so, or if you stripped out the aluminium in there, but for now I haven't got them Loctited. Just a couple of tweaks basically after a couple of flights to snug them up, and they haven't needed tightening now in the last dozen flights.